What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the first pod of 2023. How we feeling, fellas?
Ooh.
Yeah, whatever.
Jordan year, baby.
Come on,
2023.
It didn't even happen.
Ooh.
23. Yeah.
I'm cheesing. And also, can anybody not hear them? So let's do the headphones right now, or is that just me?
I can't
I hear
hear
you.
myself.
Okay,
So I can hear you.
I hear both
you know, if you guys hear me, I'm
I
not
can
worried
hear
about
you.
it.
Yeah,
I hear you guys well enough. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. It's the only thing I was concerned about.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just start off. What was your favorite thing from this holiday season?
Is it
Oh, yeah.
cheating to say Christmas?
Like something specific. Family tradition,
Can I
something
start?
you did that's new. Connor, go ahead.
Barnes & Noble had a 50%
Oh,
off
God.
hardcover sale. I dropped $150 on some
What?
books. 150, but I saved 150 because it was a 50% off.
So in reality, you actually bought $300 worth of books.
In
Technically.
reality.
What the
But there
fuck?
were there was some like a Lord of the Rings special that was $75 originally. I got it for $35.
You better
Isn't
read
that
all
a
those
fucking
books.
steal?
It is a huge steal.
It's a steal.
You should have called me, bro.
I tried telling everybody I could that the sale was going on. It was ending that day. I went to 3 different Barnes & Noble to find the fucking special edition Dune book, and I ended up getting it.
Wait.
Yeah.
You could have went on a parlay. That's all I'm gonna say.
Knowing me, I ain't hitting that bitch.
You never know.
I'd rather fucking spend it on a book than lose a parlay.
Wisdom over parlay.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Dobbs, you're up.
I'm gonna go the Saints winning on a good Christmas Eve. How about that? Is that a good one?
That's a good
I
one.
was cheesing. I didn't think we were gonna win. I pulled up to my mom's house after we were already down 10-0, seeing us go up with the Kamara touchdown. I was like, "This is holiday season, baby."
Just hanging out with family. I think. I don't know. Pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean, I go to Montana every year for Christmas, see my mom and brother, so that's always a fun time. Nice little reset.
We're glad to see that you survived the Bearcats and the mountain and the Bears
Thank
up
you,
there.
Thank you. I know Hunter's
I say
itching
bear-
to
I was
say
waiting to see
something.
who's gonna say it.
Yeah.
Mountain lions.
I said
No, it's
Bearcat.
Bobcat.
I said
Bobcat,
Bearcat because I wanted to
Cincinnati.
say mountain
I
lion.
kind of
or
like the
bear.
Bearcat.
Yeah,
Are
it's
they
just
all
a
really
mix.
just the same thing? That's a discussion for another
I don't
day.
even know what a Bearcat is, to be honest.
It's not a thing. I made it up. 'Cause I
It's
know
a
stuff-
Cincinnati
Cincinnati.
It might be a thing.
Oh, maybe.
It's
I don't know.
Cincinnati.
It's a mythical creature. I don't know.
Cincinnati Bearcats.
No, it's a real thing.
That's a
Oh,
thing.
No,
no,
it's not.
It has
No.
a different name technically,
Should we,
but it's a
real
real
quick,
thing.
should we just do like one con of the last week?
I'm good on that actually.
No, I'm trying to think
I'm
of.
going to be honest.
Too much food.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
banged.
So, well,
Ate a lot.
Food's good. Yeah.
I had to work on Christmas Eve,
That
and
sucks.
I missed all the Saturday games. That was my last.
I don't
My
think.
last fantasy dub was when I was working.
I'm trying to remember if that was a good good football day.
Oh, well, it was for me because I ended up winning, but I
Yeah, I don't know if it was.
I was working.
I can't remember.
Also, before we get started, I want to say shout out Jared Stidham and Brock Purdy for putting on the best game, arguably the best game yesterday. Who would have thought those two quarterbacks would have balled out?
yeah,
It goes right to what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that was my low light of the week, bro. Is I just realized I'm thinking like, what is? I started Jahan Dotson over Jared Stidham in the Superflex Super Bowl, and I'm kind of looking at myself disappointed. I still got a chance, but I would have had it locked up right now if it was the Stidham move.
I mean, Stidham against the 49ers defense, you would have never expected him.
It's
I
in his
saw-
name, Stidhamy.
I think only two quarterbacks, I saw this yesterday, threw for 3 touchdowns against the 49ers. I can hear myself now. 49ers defense, and it was Mahomes and Stidham.
that's crazy.
I want to say that I'm surprised, but since it's my fantasy, like I'm not like this. I literally knew this was gonna happen. I was like, yeah, no, starting Stidham's not the move, but that means it is the move. But if he gives me negative points, I won't be able to live with it. So I'm going with Jahan.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have another con. Justin Jefferson 2 points and Trevor Lawrence 4 points. What a fucking combo from the 2 best players in your fantasy football team.
Shout out Jaire though. He kind of put his money where his mouth
He went
was, huh?
crazy.
He was
Griddy
going
kinda
nuts.
wrong.
He went
I can't lie.
crazy.
Yeah, he was going nuts.
I respect talking shit before the game, during the game, and after the game. I
Yeah.
don't like the motherfuckers that come out after like talking shit. Like you should, if you're that confident in yourself, say it before, say it during, and say it
That
after.
means you were scared. If you don't say it before,
exactly.
that means you're scared.
Yeah, and you don't get to be on your high horse like after you play a good game talking shit. Like you got to do it before, beginning, and after. And I respect the hell out of Jaire.
The
Yeah.
Griddy,
for that.
and I was like, damn, he really hit the Griddy on Jay Jettas, and I was expecting it to be like, because I didn't really watch that game like in the third, fourth quarter after he was locking him up all day. It was in the first quarter with like 9 minutes left or something.
It's like after his second target.
Yeah.
Griddy does
And
it.
this had me thinking, boys. When I saw this, had me thinking. So there's levels to the Griddy. Let me explain let me explain my thought here. So when someone hits the Griddy, the faster the Griddy is, the more disrespectful it is. So you watch Jaire's hit the film. He hits the Griddy real fast and it looks ridiculous. But when you hit it like that, it's in a disrespectful tone, I feel like.
He hit that Mike Gesicki Griddy, bro.
It's like the slower you hit it, the vibes are more like it's for the fans. You know what I mean? But it's like the faster you're hitting it, it's like, hey, yo, fuck this team. That's how. So the fast Griddy, the sign of disrespect. And I love it. Bring back the fast Griddy. I don't want to see the slow one. I want to see more fast Mike Gesicki Griddy.
I know there's a video floating around Twitter of that jam that he had on Jefferson. Oh, he put him on his ass.
That man's neck was
I don't
stinging.
know, dude. He did a lot. That was a battle. I mean, shout out to him, man. That was
Bro,
some
Jettis
good
was
stuff.
visibly sick too. Like all game.
He whacked the ref.
Yeah.
It's
Like kind of.
It was heavy OBJ versus Norman vibes.
For
sure.
And they're both in the same division. Like they're going to be.
Oh, I love it.
We're going to get a lot more of that. But here's what I just thought of. After Jaire did that Griddy, if this was last year, it would have been a 15-yard penalty for taunting for sure.
I don't think taunting's out of it either.
Yeah,
It's
they
not, though. They
just
don't
changed
call
it
it
a lot.
Yeah, they don't call it.
But like
ever,
last year, they would have called that
I know.
shit.
I know. Jettis was. He wanted them because he like pointed right at Alexander right after it happened. It's like, look at him. He's
Crying ass motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, guess what, buddy? You got locked up.
Honestly,
sorry as
that's
fuck.
really not taunting. They would have called it last year for sure, but like he was doing it away from him too. It's not like he like grittied like right
In his
at him, was
face,
staring
yeah.
him down or anything.
Right, but everybody knew that was totally
Yeah,
true.
for sure. Questions?
Want to start out with questions? Okay. So, first question that I have for you guys is, can the Saints realistically get a first round compensation for Sean Payton?
Well, we know who has this one.
I was gonna say, I wonder who asked this question.
Oh, I for real did not. But
I didn't think it was you.
It was
I think it was Dobbs.
oh, you?
No, yeah, that was me.
Oh, I was like, wait. I thought everyone was looking at me.
No. I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
Someone's gonna
I can
give
think
a
of one team
first
that's going to do
for-
it.
That is crazy to give up a first
Maybe
for a
like
coach.
a late first if like they're in a. But like if you're in the late first, you probably are in a
Have
good
a
spot.
good
with
spot,
the-
right, yeah. I would definitely not give up any top 10, top 15
No
kind of pick. Never.
I don't know. If I'm the Arizona Cardinals, I would do it.
No,
I'm saying, give me that dude. My team
That's
hasn't
top
done anything.
5. That's a top 5 pick. Hell no.
Hold on,
Hell
wait.
no.
Wait,
Actually,
wait.
I guess, the Cardinals
I
are
would
slipping
never.
more and more. I guess that is true. I haven't reconsidered that the Cardinals are slipping very hard.
No, yeah.
All I'm going to say, though, is I do think that I agree. It's probably, but I can see it happening because I know the Saints are targeting that first round compensation. I know someone's going to watch Sean Payton a lot. I can see it happening. Look, man, look. I'm just going to point out these dudes, and you're right. Since it's such a high pick, it's not going to happen. They did trade a first round pick for Hollywood Brown. Sean Payton would give you a lot better value than Hollywood Brown.
Hold on.
Like,
You want to go?
I was just gonna say, like, realistically, like, a coach really does set you up for the future, especially if you're a Super Bowl winning head coach, Hall of Fame head coach. So, like, personally, I think maybe that's not like crazy to ask a first round pick for, but it really would have to be the right situation. I hate to say this because I don't even want to get Tyler started, but like the Chargers are in a good spot because they're not top 15. They're like on the edge of the playoffs where their pick is, depending on how far they go, obviously. But like if they lose in the wild card of the next round, like that's like an 21, 22 range.
That's what I was going to ask.
That doesn't sound crazy.
If you are the Chargers, would you give a first round pickup for Sean Payton?
I would.
Would you?
I don't know.
The roster's loaded.
Well,
I probably
here's
would
well,
too.
no,
they're
here's the
injured all
thing.
year.
Oh, wait,
they're
do
already
they have
they're
their
still
first
winning.
this year?
They should. Well, I don't know.
You
why
fact,
they-
you should wait. I'll fact check it. Hold
I
on.
don't know why they wouldn't.
What do they do this
I just
year?
know they made a bunch of moves.
They
So
had
I
Zion
was,
Johnson in the first this year,
Yeah,
so they
they
didn't
should.
trade
They
out.
should have their.
I think they have it still, but
Yeah.
we talked about it earlier in the week. Like
Yep. No, they haven't.
Brandon Staley kind of set himself up for maybe another year. They
He's
got
a sure
they got
thing.
hot late.
That's true.
They're winning games late, and this is when you want to win games in the heart of the season, heart of the battle. And then like the weapons. I mean, I would take a receiver in the first round if I were them. I don't really care. I know Keenan's kind of getting older. Obviously, he was injured for 10 games this year. Like Mike Williams was injured. I feel like you need a safety blanket. I know Palmer's still there, but like I think you're gonna need someone to like be that guy when Keenan does go or Mike gets hurt. That's what I would use it on. I don't know.
I
It would
think
be sick with Payton. For
fully
sure,
healthy. I think they have like a very good receiving
but-
core.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, Mike Willie always gets hurt in some way. Keenan was hurt a lot, but he's usually pretty durable too.
Yeah.
But he is getting older.
So I feel like the question for like how valuable is that first round pick for the Chargers is different deciding on where they decide to go with that pick. Like Zion Johnson was their first round pick this year, I'm sure as hell that they could find a replacement guard and turn that pick into Sean Payton. Like, I would rather have Sean Payton than I would rather, and a replacement level guard than Zion Johnson. So I feel like it's how they use that first round pick, which differentiates where they, the value lies. Because I agree, if they draft a receiver in the first round, like if they got Jackson Smith and the Jigba, like that would be way more valuable, I think, than having Sean Payton. But it's just like, it's how the draft plays out and what kind of guy you're just selecting.
Yeah, and it's also just an awkward spot they would be in. Hey, Brandon, thanks for taking us to the playoffs, but here's the door.
And with all the injuries and stuff.
Yeah, like, because I mean, that's almost impossible to do.
I
But
still
he
don't think
found a
like his
way.
decisions are the best, but like
He-
with the hand that he was dealt
he
this year,
got him
like he
right,
did
yeah.
a good job.
Agree.
Yeah.
But although, on the other hand, I agree with that. But on the other hand, if he makes an egregious decision or something crazy happens in the playoffs, it
Yeah.
does open that door up like right away.
I don't
And
know.
that's exactly what the
I
discussion
don't know
is
if
gonna be.
one call would lead me to fire someone. It
I mean,
just
if it's like an
depends how.
egregious
It
call in
depends
the
the magnitude.
playoffs.
Like, you know what I'm
And
saying?
Sean
But,
Payton's on the table. Oh, I agree. If
They-
Sean Payton
they
was
make-
on the table, I'm not
they
firing
make-
him.
everyone makes crazy calls, throughout the season and losing games. So I don't know if I would do that. I'm not sure. That's a tough situation they would be in if they did want Payton.
Well, to that point, and just completely random side note, but that's just how I am sometimes. To your point, I mean, if the Saints didn't convert the onside kick in the Super Bowl, everybody would look at Sean Payton nowadays and be like, "Oh, this crazy lunatic who did." So that's just how it goes. I do agree with that point.
That's how it goes with all crazy decisions
yeah.
that coaches
Like,
make.
it
It's
is
like
how
if
it
it
is.
pays off, you're like,
You're-
damn,
you're-
you're a genius. If it doesn't, what an idiot.
So I'll give you that
You
point.
got to live and you learn. Yeah, and that's.
I don't
tough.
think Staley's a bad coach, and he's so young, which is like why I think keeping him is definitely not like it's not like he's he's not like some 60-year-old guy who you're like, well, I have faith. Like it's like, yeah, we could have him for another 20 years. Don't want to make that mistake if he is the guy.
Which fringe playoff team would you rather see in the playoffs? Jets, Patriots, Steelers, or Seahawks, Lions, Packers?
So one for each conference.
Yeah.
I think we all are gonna have the same answer.
Wait, would you rather see? Would you rather play against? Or
Which one would you rather see?
Just as a
Rather-
fan.
Like just
question.
fan
If you're a
perspective.
if you're the 2 seed, basically.
I know. I think.
Oh, no,
we
I
definitely
was saying, like, which
line.
one would
I'm
you
hella
rather
confused.
see
Hold
make,
on.
like, as a franchise, like, which franchise would you want to see make the playoffs?
Oh,
As a
Like, for
fan.
me, yeah.
Oh,
like,
as a fan.
From my perspective, like, I would rather
Oh.
see the Lions personally. And the AFC is kind of tough. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to go Steelers.
I'm gonna go Seahawks. I can't pick Lions or Packers division
Come on.
guys. I don't care for either of them.
Come on. You don't
He's
see
not
the
on the Lions
Lions?
type train yet. It's crazy.
I respect the Lions.
I don't care for them personally at all. And it'd be cool to see Geno in that playoff. Cool story throughout the year. I know he's kind of fallen off, but I mean, you go back to week 1 and you say, "Oh yeah, the Seahawks should make the playoffs." You'd look at me like I'm a dumbass. So that'd be cool to see. And then AFC, it's got to be the Steelers. Tomlin, they're cool. I mean, they're fighting too. They were 2-6, I think, at some point in this year. 8-8. They got a crazy scenarios for them to make it, but it'd be cool to see them in.
I'm gonna go, and this is effortlessly for me because it's like the two fake fan bases for me. But I'm going Lions and Jets squads.
I'm with Dylan. I think not only do the Lions have the narrative to really rally the NFL fans around, it's like when you have a team like the Lions, I think the feistiness aspect of it really fuels upsets. Like if the Seahawks made it in, I really doubt that they could upset a team like the Bucks or the Vikings or the Niners. But the Lions, I think they have a higher level of variance with a head coach that's willing to take risks and a team that's ready to put their life on the line.
Well, Pete Carroll's
Spitting.
been to Super Bowls and has experience. So I mean, I definitely would rather see the Lions. I mean, yeah, Goff's been to the Super Bowl, but that defense still
You rather
isn't
see the Lions or the
much.
Seahawks?
When you
No,
say
I'm saying,
see,
like-
I'm so confused. Like you want to play them or you want to see them in?
In this instance, I'm saying like to play them,
Okay.
like to play them
So
in
I
this
was
instance, because
confused.
like I think everyone would want to see the Lions and play them.
I don't
know.
know.
I don't know if I
I'd
would.
rather play
But
the
this-
Seattle.
Right now, maybe at the beginning of the year different, but like the Lions are on some crazy ass streak right now. I know they just lost the week prior, but like they were like what 1-7 or whatever, and now they're 8-8.
Give me Seattle 10 out of 10 times this year. Like I know I agree with you about Pete Carroll, but other than that, like right now I gotta.
And they also have way better weapons. I would be more scared of that offense personally.
Well, J-Mo Williams looks good despite the
He has one
touches.
He has one touchdown.
Despite
What is he saying? Look,
Hey, I'm saying despite.
I know, but
despite all that,
relax.
he's fast
relax.
and has.
It's Amon-Ra versus DK Lockett.
Amon-Ra, don't disrespect that.
I'm
man
not
either.
saying, but would you rather guard one receiver or two guys that are borderline elite?
I saw
Fair
a weird
point, fair
stat.
point.
They were talking about it yesterday during the Lions game, and it was like golf without DJ Chark is like not good this year at all. But when he has DJ Chark, he like has snapped all year basically.
My blood boils whenever I hear DJ Chark.
Why?
Well, you need to explain this.
Just because the Bears should have gave him $10 million.
Oh, yeah.
In the beginning of the year.
No.
Wait, so that's
Chark's
DJ
so
Chark's
mid.
fault?
No, I'm just saying, like, it makes me mad every time it comes up because, like, a 1 year, $10 million deal.
I'm cheesing.
That's I don't know. I know he has. I'm not saying he's anything crazy, but
So.
I just would like a receiver. That's all.
Where do you want to see Davante Adams go if he were to be traded this offseason?
That makes me cheese.
I'm gonna give two answers.
All right. Well, you're taking your time.
I'm formulating an answer.
Obviously, I'm gonna say the Bears because they can give whatever they want for him. It'd be also cool to see him do a Lambeau leap in a Bears uniform at Lambeau.
That'd be the most disrespectful
Be
thing.
sick.
Damn, I got a couple. There are a lot of teams that could use a fucking Davante Adams.
I have my answer. 100%.
The Ravens desperately need him. If
Yeah,
that
That was
the
what I was
case.
going to say, and then I realized I don't think he wants to.
I don't know if he
they
would
wanna
go
block
there.
all
I,
that.
Yeah.
I got mine.
I know my answer. I'm going to go first.
Go ahead.
Put that man in Duval County.
That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say. Fuck.
that's a cool.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's cool as fuck.
That would be
him and Trevor would.
He would be like,
Holy
yo,
shit.
Derek Carr was lit, but
That would
like
be
it
the
was not like
best.
this.
That would be the best receiving core in the NFL.
Yeah,
Ridley,
it would be one of them.
Ridley.
No,
Ridley?
it
I-
probably would
I'm
be.
just not,
Ridley
listen, I'm not ready to
Evan
crown Ridley
Ingram.
like that
Kirk,
yet because
Ridley, and
whenever these guys
Davante.
take a year or two break sometimes, it's like
Yeah,
I
they're
said,
not
you
the
never.
same.
But
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes it's just
It
not like
also
that
could
again.
help them because their bodies don't take a hit for a whole year. So
No,
It
it's
really
just-
just depends
usually
on
they
the
look
person.
rusty.
Because like if Kelvin has been grinding every single week, like while he's been out this year, like then he could come out
And
and,
I also
snap. But if he's been like
I also feel like
pulling it,
it's the
chilling.
team and the situation that you're going to be going into with Ridley.
Yeah.
Like they're fighting for the playoffs. They could make the playoffs. Young team, young quarterback. Why would you not want to go try and ball out for said guy now?
Well,
So
it'd be the best thing for Trevor Lawrence. And the thing that I'm thinking about too is that Calvin Ridley is not like 100% set on coming back to football. Like the contingency around the picks is that if he plays or not. So like he might not even come back to play. If there's an uncertainty around your wide receiver one come back next year, why not go get a guy like Davante Adams? Give the Raiders everything they want, man. You get
I don't
Davante
know if
Adams and
there's-
Trevor Lawrence.
But like, if we're talking realistically, the Raiders will definitely want a high pick in this year's
I
draft.
give him my. I mean, it's not a high
well,
pick,
but
but
that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like so hard to like talk
dude,
about it right now too.
Shell
Because
Trayvon Walker, former first
dude,
round.
I don't
Shell
know.
him out.
I don't
I don't even know if that
I
would
don't
be
know.
worth it.
It might not, but I'd do it.
What's
I
the
would do
Jags
it.
cap space look like? Because
It's
like
bad. I'm pretty
bad.
sure.
if they take on his like most of his contract, then
I think it's like bottom 10, bottom
okay,
5.
then they might not even be able to do the trade.
Probably not.
They'd have to move some things around.
Well,
For
they
But
sure.
it's possible. I
But,
mean,
like,
because
they
the
spent-
Saints moved like 60 million
they
in
spent
one
bad.
But
offseason.
my
Like-
point being that they wouldn't have to give up necessarily a super high pick if they were able to figure out the cap and take on most of Davante
Right.
Adams' contract.
I
You know
think
what
they
I mean?
honestly, I think, and because we've been talking about this recently, I think they're going to move a lot of the O line around. They can cut some contract. I think they're honestly going to be looking to like clear up a lot
They
of that
need
cap.
they need to change the offensive line around a lot.
Because that's the issue. Like a lot of their cap isn't even going to what's producing. Trevor Lawrence is like 75% of the team, and he's like probably like 1/10 of the cap right now. So
Right.
it's like they're going to cut a lot of dead weight this offseason. I know it. And it's going to be like probably pretty fresh, but still like they're going to, because it's the young talent that's holding it together right now. And Doug Peterson. There's still a ton of work to do, and they're still going to be a playoff team most likely, which is awesome. Shout out Duval, man.
What about the Giants?
I was thinking about them too.
I'm just trying to think about. I don't think they have
That
money
would be
either.
so
No, because
That'd
they
be cool as
they said
fuck.
I guess they're working on multiple year extensions for both Dame
Dimes
and Saquon. I was gonna say the Bears. Obviously, I would love nothing more than that. Like you already said, it's kind of a weird one. Send them to Atlanta.
Whoa. With
Atlanta
Art Smith,
needs
With
their
Art
pick.
Smith.
the only
come on.
problem with that is I think they're gonna run the ball so much that he's gonna get sick when he's not getting like 12 targets a game.
Not if Lamar goes there.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Well, then he'd just be blocking even more though.
little meetup.
but
That would just be even more.
I
Like,
really think Art Smith has just been running so much because he's felt confined to their strengths, and
That is a good point.
they had really no receivers. I mean, Drake London.
I feel like that's just in his blood, though. That really is just how he calls an offense. Like, it's like I know what you mean,
It's true.
but I
It's
feel like
because he came from Tennessee and
he's been
everything
doing
with
it for
Derrick
so
Henry
long.
and
It's
stuff.
so hard
but
to.
like AJ Brown ate with him. You know what I mean? I don't know.
He ate, but it's just he's not eating like he's on the equal. That's the thing. To your point, like
That's
he did eat, but we see now how much more capable eating he was if they threw the ball.
I just
more.
want to see him with Art Smith. Come on, guys.
I do like Art Smith. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if he would get that many. I do agree about the targets.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
There aren't like a million teams. There's some teams like already kind of have established.
I thought of an ugly scenario, but it doesn't even make sense when I was
What?
thinking.
Well, now you're
It was
forced
like-
to say it.
It
Yeah,
was
you
like-
have to say it.
You just thinking Buffalo?
no. Like-
I was.
I
Mac,
just realized what you can say.
I was thinking so too, but I was like Davante and Diggs. That's too much money.
Yeah.
But I was like Mac Jones, first round pick.
I was gonna say the
Yeah.
Patriots too.
So gross.
Mac-
that would be so.
I'm saying
raw.
because
So
Mac and
gross.
McDaniels were there together his rookie year. It's so disgusting. They would never do that.
Well,
I
also
don't
there's the
think
connection between McDaniels and Belichick to
Belichick,
make
yeah, that too.
something happen too.
And then they would just go with Zappy and Adams, but I mean, even then, that's just a horrible.
Oh, you were saying Mac and
Well, Mac and first round picks go to New England because they need a quarterback, obviously,
You mean to Vegas?
Wait, what?
or to Vegas. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he'd be going to Vegas. Mac would go to Vegas.
I was
He thought they were
confused.
shipping him back to.
I'm like, wait.
No. He would go to Vegas with first round picks, Mac and them, and then
No, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you think the
Actually-
Titans would ever want to revitalize their offense? They don't have any. I mean, they have Burks,
I would be sick if I saw Davante Adams in it.
I
but
don't even know
there's
if
no
that's-
quarterback.
there's no quarterback. What's Henry gonna be like in a year or two? Like, I feel like that could be a really bad.
You should
spot
go to the
somewhere.
Rams because the Rams found their future quarterback in Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker was
That's
singing it.
really going to be an interesting scenario this offseason. Like, it actually is. If Matthew Stafford still is dealing with the, what is it, the
I think what's-
arthritis or whatever, like, that's
Uh-huh.
going to be a thing to monitor.
What's going to happen is I think Baker will be fine backing up Stafford, and I think he knows that he'll have a shot when Stafford's done. But also, Stafford could not be done for like 3-4 more years, right?
He should
Yeah,
call
if
it
his-
quits.
Yeah,
Well,
if
no,
his
he could
shoulder
be
is
calling
actually-
it quits.
He should.
Really?
He
Well, it's
should.
Just 'cause the
it wasn't
injury?
his. It's not his arm anymore. It was his like neck,
Neck and spine.
The man
Yeah,
has
that
had
shit.
so many
yeah, no,
surgeries.
that's
so
that
many
and
injuries,
the thing
yeah.
on top of it. It's like, literally, it's like he's
There's
really
just so
injured.
many. So that's a whole
Damn.
scenario.
Are
That's
you, are you excited for Baker and Cup?
well, that report of Cup, McVay, Donald all leaving at the same time. I bet they would do it now. And
Baker
That-
would be.
I've been
so
thinking about that
bad.
too. And everyone says I'm crazy. I can really see that happening.
why
this
wouldn't
year.
they?
It's kind of like making it happen. It's almost, what's the word? Prolonging the inevitable if they keep this going. Well, because let's keep it real.
why would Aaron Donald want to go back next year? And just
Well,
why not?
besides the
I don't
Brian
understand the McVay
Besides
stuff
mine.
though. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like he's. I think him to himself, he thinks he's proved everything he's needed to.
Well, and also just takes up so much damn time.
Super Bowl,
He's
has been a
young.
2.
He could come back too later. It's not like he can never come
Yeah,
back.
no,
Like, takes
I'm
him-
not saying that he's just gonna be done for his career, even if he takes a year break. Like, I just don't understand it really.
Yeah, I didn't.
Unless
get it
it's like
either.
family related, and he's like, "Damn, I want to spend some time with my family." and
Maybe
stuff
it's because
like
the
that.
Rams though. Like, I mean, maybe like he's just like
The
kind of like
state
Sean
of the
Sean and
Rams.
Sean Payton.
Is he sick?
Like,
because
maybe I
the
kind of
Rams-
want to
Well,
like.
bro, it's always gonna happen where a team sells out their entire future for 1 year, and then they're pinned.
It'll be an interesting. I would sell my future for a Super Bowl.
But
personally.
they don't regret it. I was gonna say if I was a Rams fan, I'd be
Personally.
like, I'm totally cool with this. That'd be, it's kind of like if the Saints had
I-
won in 2018. I'd be like, I'm
I
cool.
agree.
To fall out.
Personally, I would be
Yeah,
okay
cool.
with that.
I agree, but it's just like the aftermath sucks. Like you're pinned.
You'll never take that year away from me, though, ever.
There's
Straight
so many
up.
teams that haven't even won Super Bowls.
Right.
Like the
Yeah.
years the Saints sucked after the Super Bowl, I don't care.
I'm not
I'll
saying
literally-
I'm
I'm
not
fucking
saying
cool
that
with
it's
it.
not worth it.
No,
I'm just saying the
it
aftermath
sucks.
sucks.
Oh, that's their feeling it now. But I would trade a
You
Super
almost
Bowl.
do, and it is like the NFL of all leagues. You do have to almost like really sell out to really get to that point, and then it's almost. But like I say, I'm cool with it. 10 out of 10 times. Sell out my team to get this ring.
How are the Bucks going to look in the playoffs?
See, there's an obvious answer, but I'm going to say they're going to look good somehow, and it's going to be a close game, even if they lose, and we're going to be like, this is what's going to happen. You guys know what's going to happen.
Is Wirfs playing? Is he back to being playing or
I
no?
don't.
I think I heard Wirfs might be back, and then
Jensen,
might be
right?
back.
Jensen could be coming back. So that's two really big things, I think, personally, because I think everyone in the world who watches football knows they don't have an O-line. it's really hard to do a lot if you don't got an O-line. That's just the name of the game. So if they get those guys back, I mean, it's Tom. It's always Tom.
Thing that makes me think they could like make a little noise, nothing crazy, but just a little bit, is Tom actually looked like his former self yesterday. Where like I really have not seen him hit that many deep passes this year.
It's been a while.
And he was hitting Mike Evans all day.
It's been a while.
Like both Godwin and Evans ate, and that reminded me of how their offense previously looked. Like this year was really just Godwin.
That would be crazy because they would play the Cowboys.
Waxed. Absolutely
Who?
bent over and shown the 50 states.
Who?
The Bucks.
Yeah, that's not a good match.
I mean,
that's not a good
That's not a
match.
good matchup.
That's
Tom
not a good
Brady
match.
never lost to the Cowboys though.
has he?
I don't think he has.
They've played a lot the last 2 years. Or they played opening
played
day the
opening
last 2
night.
years, yeah.
They won.
Oh yeah,
both
they
years.
did win both years, but I don't
Not
care.
this time around.
No,
man,
that's a
Mike.
horrible matchup. You're gonna get Parsons at his all. You're gonna get everyone at their all.
Oof.
That O line would not be able to
It's
handle
just
it.
going to be closer than it should, though. And
Can
you know,
I-
It'll be close because it's Tom and he'll find a way. But I think it could be bad for him standing in the pocket.
He's 10-0 against the Cowboys.
10-0.
That's crazy.
Holy
Can I also ask a question
different.
real
That's
quick?
different though. It's that's crazy.
This isn't even like, I'm not saying this to you or anything, but like, what is going on with Dak too?
The thing
A
is,
lot of turnovers.
like he threw the pick in that Eagles game, the pick 6, and then he ripped off 18 in a row completions. So it's like, and
That's
some
just-
of them aren't really the pick 6 in Jacksonville that hit Noah Brown in his hands. There was one again on Thursday night that hit the receiver in his hand. So it's like there's some that are bad, and then there's some that are, not his fault. So it's like it's so weird. That's something I did want to talk about in the pod today, because it's like he can be consistent and then have the blunder, and then he'll go right back to being consistent and have you in a
Well, that's
spot
like
to win the
why
game.
I think Dak was so good, like when he first came into the league, because he was like more like game manager type quarterback. Obviously, he's gotten better since then, but like he just didn't really make mistakes early on in his career, and it's like kind of weird to see him.
And I think now it's like I feel like he's just letting it rip. I don't know, because they're throwing it a lot. Well, how many times did he throw on against the Eagles? I don't know. I think it was a
Let me
lot
go to the
because
stats.
they were down. But
I just want to make an observation for how he's been playing. I think when he came into the league, he ran a lot more himself than he has been doing these last like 2 or 3 years. That man never really escapes the pocket because for the most part, the pocket's fucking phenomenal. So why would you? But I think like if instead of forcing a throw, he decides to take off with his legs, that offense would be almost unbeatable if he can make that adjustment.
I think that he should though.
He should.
And like I don't know why he doesn't, and I don't get it because he's got some speed. There's not obviously not fast, but
And he's a bigger guy too,
Yeah, he
so
could
like
take
he can
a
take a
hit,
hit. I saw him run once this last week, and I'm like,
I-
it clicked in my brain. I'm like, I haven't seen him run like that in
Yeah.
a while. He's still an athletic guy, and I think you see the Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, all these good guys. The ability to rush with your legs sometimes makes you make the mistakes of throwing the ball into tight windows and stuff like that. It kind of negates that when you're rushing because not only are you gaining positive yards that are easy, but you're doing it without having to worry about creating a turnover. So I think if he like realizes that a little bit more, I think the Cowboys could do some serious damage.
He's like averaging the same amount of rushes per game that he has like his entire career, which is odd.
Just doesn't feel like that.
It doesn't.
It's weird.
maybe some more sneaks and stuff, though, like,
Oh, it could be it.
that's like maybe a little, like design carries as opposed to.
and I feel like if they added an option with him and Pollard in the backfield, I feel like that
Nasty.
gives you a little more, some spice on the offense because now you got to hold the edge there on that side. And Pollard's fast. Dak can run a little bit. Be an interesting wrinkle to the offense if they could do that.
The only thing I was saying though is just like it's kind of like I'm not. If I was a Cowboys fan, I'm not panicking. Like there's like
Oh,
this
yeah.
narrative
No,
Dak's not the guy. Like no, that roster. If that roster doesn't win a Super Bowl, it's the roster's fault. Like that roster is built to win the Super Bowl. They need to gel together on offense, defense. There needs to not just be this one person accountability stuff. I know he hasn't played good. he was my starting QB in this fantasy chip this week. You think I'm happy, but like, it's life. I understand that like he's going to bounce back. The Cowboys offense is going to bounce back. If the play calling's there, he's going to give you at least 250 yards, usually 2 touchdowns, even when he gives you a bad day, which is kind of what it's been like all year. So I think they're going to be just fine. And to Kyra's point, I do see them doing probably some serious damage. Like I don't see them winning the conference, but I can see them making the conference chip.
One more thing that I just thought about too. Sometimes like the coaches will be like, since we have the luxury of having such a good defense, like go out there and just be more aggressive, like take more shots because we know that we're going to get stops on defense to get the ball back.
Right.
So that could be a conversation.
You got
that was
Micah
had
Parsons on the other end.
You have security
just flying off the edge. Like go take a shot.
It's security at that
And
point.
I honestly think that now that I said it, I think that's a very real possibility that
be.
Kellen Moore was just like, bro, just go
Let
sling
rip.
it.
Let
Yeah.
it rip. That's what happens. It's the best when it happens. You just let it fly.
Yeah.
So we talked about this earlier this year, and I think we have a little bit more understanding now. If Brock Purdy makes a deep playoff run with the 49ers, do you start Trey Lance next year?
No,
Me and Dylan talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I'm going to keep it short and simple and sweet. It is so clear as day to me that if Brock Purdy can do this, so can Trey Lance, and that's as simple as it gets.
You just haven't seen it though. So like,
This is about to be so funny.
But
I'm not even gonna get heated.
all right, you haven't seen the Avatar movie, but you know it's gas, right?
No, I actually don't know it's gas.
Yeah, you
I've
do.
heard
Don't
mixed
lie.
reviews on it. I don't really care for
All
it
right,
either.
It was
Essen-
fire.
You know what I'm trying to say though. Like,
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, but it's gonna be year 3 and he hasn't done anything.
Because he isn't.
Yeah,
Not-
he hasn't had the
not doing
chance
this
to.
again.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, look, he walks into the building, Mr. Irrelevant. He goes. What if he goes to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think.
Then what? Then what?
Shout out Kyle Shanahan.
No. But then
So
what?
do you think the Niners move him?
Why not? They could get capital that they don't have.
I think it's going to be, I think they're going to say it's a quarterback competition in training camp, and they're going to see what happens.
I would.
Unless they go win the Super Bowl. If they do win the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
then
that's
it's
the only thing where it's like you have to stick with Purdy. I get that. But like, I don't know. We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get
If
heated.
they get to the Super
But-
Bowl, I'm Purdy all the.
I
all the
think
way.
more than anything, this is a testament to how easy the system is to play in. I also want to point out Purdy has been making some great plays. In his first couple of starts, though, the play designs, he did like a fake to the left, fake to the right, and then he just threw it to Kittle wide open in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
Kittle's other touchdown in that game, there was no one within 20 yards of
Well,
him.
that's
Like,
what it is.
Everybody
That's-
on that offense is so open.
well,
all
that's
the
what
time.
the scheme is. But like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think Trey could easily excel
Exactly.
too.
still less than 1,000 snaps at quarterback. You go go play in the NFL. Go
I
lead
think
this
that's
franchise that we traded up for you to go.
arguably the
Win
most
the Super
storied
Bowl.
franchise in the sport.
Right, like there's a lot of pressure on him, and there's just even more and more now that he's not playing in year 3.
I think it lessens the pressure now.
So like
You traded up to get him, and he's clearly not even close to.
I think there was a lot of
Lawrence
pressure
Fields.
this year because they were like, he's the guy, he's the guy, he's the guy. Now it's up in the air where it's Purdy might be the guy. They're going to go into training camp, have a quarterback battle. I don't think Trey's like, there's no pressure on Trey per se. I really don't think so.
I just see it as like if a guy can walk off the street, just literally walk off the street and then run this offense just as well as anybody else, why wouldn't a guy that has tools, that's athletic, that has an arm, why wouldn't he be
I
able
just
to?
told you.
Snaps?
Yes, that's the biggest
Brock Purdy
thing.
had like no
Brock
snaps
Purdy
for the
was
whole
a-
season.
No, I'm talking about like quarterback play your whole life, bro. He didn't. He
It's
didn't.
so frustrating to me because they're doing the same drills, they're in the same quarterback room, they're learning the same thing. Yeah, he's not
Bro,
getting on-field
practice and
reps.
games aren't the same, obviously. What are
Motherfucker,
we
if
talking
they're
about?
that open all the time, you can hit it's like a little moving fucking red dot. Like anybody can hit that shit if it's wide open and there's nobody in
Can
your
he?
face.
Can he?
I sure as hell
Can he?
think so.
Have we
I will
seen
bet
it?
my life on
Have
it.
we seen it?
I would
no,
bet
we haven't.
If Trey
You can't use that as a negative against him.
Like, bro, but
Saying
I'm
you
saying
haven't seen him play is not like a knock on him. He
it's
was
not.
a
It's
backup
it's
and
not,
then he got hurt.
Yeah, it's not a knock on him, but for the franchise, it's like this guy's not doing anything for me right now.
All right, here's a question for you.
He's
You're-
hurt.
you're-
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not doing anything for
Hold
them,
on,
and they're
hold
seeing
on.
someone excel that they drafted with
I
their
agree.
last pick.
You're hanging over a freaking lava pit, right? And the rope is bringing you down in there. There's a red little
This is an
circle thing
interesting
to
ass
hit.
analogy.
You're gonna tell me you want Brock Purdy throwing that ball instead of Trey Lance to save your life when there's just a little red circle that will cut the rope and you'll be fine. You
don't-
want Brock Purdy doing that?
The way he looks right now, hell yeah, I do. Why not?
Don't.
Why?
That's a lie.
Why?
My life is on the line.
Yeah.
I want Trey Lance, the guy that has the arm and
No, what?
the top 5 pick. I want him to throw that ball.
Zach Wilson was a top 5 pick too, bro. That holds no weight.
This is
That
like
holds no weight.
Iguodala. This is like the Iguodala comment.
What?
He said, "Life on the line."
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
except there's a.
Your argument is that a 7th round pick is doing it, and you're saying that a guy with all the tools in the world.
Purdy's
can't.
got juice. He's got the balls. His teammates say it every
I'm
day.
not knocking him. I'm just saying.
He's got the nuts.
I'm just saying that we saw Nick Mullins play decent in it. We saw CJ Beathard have good games in it too. We've seen Jimmy G. None of those guys are special.
Put Beathard in here right now. I bet you they're not doing anything like
Well,
this.
no, Brock Purdy's definitely playing.
Put Mullins in this situation right
I'm
now.
not saying that. I'm saying Purdy's obviously playing better than those guys did, but those guys also had good games in the system.
Good games in a lost season.
Did CJ
Sure.
Beathard have
He is in a lost
Ayuk
season.
and Christian McCaffrey and
Kittle.
Debo Samuel and Kittle? He basically had Kittle and Debo that was hurt. Like CJ Beathard didn't
Dante
have any of those
Pettis.
guys. Yeah, freaking Dante Pettis. I'm sure as hell offense will run better with all those guys
Do,
than CJ
do
Beathard.
the Niners really have time to like wait for
I'm
Trey
not
to be
getting the
good?
time argument. I
That's
listened
what
to
I'm
this.
saying,
I
though.
listened to
That-
this
that's-
podcast.
that's what it
literally,
is.
Like 2 days
That's
ago,
literally
and we
what it
listened.
is.
I listened to this.
That's
again.
what it is,
The
bro.
time aspect does not matter. It's
Okay.
not a factor. in
Okay.
this.
Okay. Look
Hunter,
at the
ask
look,
another
look at
question.
the roster. outlook. Look at the roster.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
Dobbs, I'm going to alter one of your questions a little bit. Okay,
cheesing.
the Jets' downfall this year was atrocious. Dobbs said, "Does it remind you of any other season in recent memory?" But I want to add to that.
That's a shot.
Where do you think they go from here at the quarterback position?
That's a fucking shot to the Bears, isn't
No,
it?
honestly, no.
100%.
When I asked this question, I literally was struggling to think where I was like, I know that it's happened recently. I just couldn't think of one on the spot.
Chicago.
I mean, the only
Wait,
other
Hunter, what was the addition to your question? I'm sorry.
Just where do they go from here with the quarterback?
The only one in recent memory that was like egregious was probably, and they didn't even lose that many games, but it was like 4 out of their last 5 was the Steelers, where they started 11-0
Oh, when
and
they started
just
11-0.
they just were terrible
was-
the last like 6 weeks of the year.
Yeah, but they were still.
I know it's not
Yeah,
even
it's weird.
comparable,
I
but
don't
that's the
know.
only
I
one
mean,
that
kind of though. I mean, that's an atrocious downfall, and they didn't do
Yeah.
anything. That season doesn't mean anything.
yeah.
True.
I think it's just worse because they were literally 11-0 and then they finished like 12-5 and then first round
It
exit.
wasn't even a close play. They got blown out too. I remember.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
like
to the
atrocious.
Browns. Yeah,
Was it
That was
actually?
the,
it was to the
wor-
Browns.
Oh my god!
That was the first snap of the game where it went into the end
It
zone.
went into the
and
end zone. Then the next like they
Next
got the
play,
ball back. It was a pick.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It just went.
that was
You
a
couldn't have, like-
atrocious season.
Yeah.
You couldn't have asked for a worse start of a game ever. So yeah,
Besides Peyton Manning, the Broncos.
well, that's the same thing. Almost.
Yeah, besides,
it was a
besides it was in the
snap.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was a Super Bowl.
I'm gonna
but
say-
the snap went over their heads. So
To answer the question real quick, I think that they're gonna roll with Mike White again. I think next year, and then they're gonna see what happens, and then they're gonna address it.
I think
I feel like there's not any time. I think it's kind of like, and Saleh knows his job's. If they don't do it next year,
So you think they'll like trade for a quarterback?
he's gonna be in there lobbying for it. He knows, like, because his job's not gonna be there next year if they don't make the playoffs next year.
I think well, it just came out recently that I think it was their GM or someone said that they're not getting rid of Wilson, and I think that's 100% bullshit. I just think it's
Joe
100%
Douglas
bullshit.
said this.
It was someone I saw. I got a.
I think it makes
report.
sense to keep him in the
I don't know why you keep him.
because they can't get anything for him.
Well, I don't care at this point. He's
Just
a
cut him.
cancer to
You
the
could get like
locker
a 5th
room.
round
Like,
pick for him, 6th round pick, right? No, yeah. I'm trying to
you can
think
get a
what his value
4th
would
round
be.
pick for him. Someone's gonna take him.
Someone will take a shot.
Yeah, just to see
That's
if they
true.
can fix him.
Someone
Like,
sees potential and
but like, I don't think there's no way he can stay in that locker room after what he said after the press game, his play on the field. Like, I think his I don't know if anyone's seen this. His mom,
yeah, on
his
Twitter. and
mom
shit.
was like talking about the fan base. Like, you can't succeed. No one can succeed here. Like, there's just so
which
many
is
things
also
that
very
are,
funny because we've seen Joe Flacco and Mike White put up good games.
yeah. So like, I don't know. I think that's a lie that they're saying they're not going to get rid of him. I would get rid of him. Maybe Derek Carr.
Maybe Brock Purdy if he's really the fucking answer. He's this ungodly quarterback.
I never said he was godly.
Go fuck yourself.
When did I say he was godly? You think Tua is a godly quarterback? Right or wrong? You think
I
Tua is a
don't know.
godly quarterback?
Okay,
I'm
quick
sick
question.
now.
Bigger collapse, Jets or Dolphins?
I'm gonna be honest.
I was so confused on what that noise was. I
Is
heard
that
it.
my laundry room or something?
I can't hear it in the mic.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, that's good.
we're clutch then.
I think it has to be Connor. It's,
Yeah.
it's like right there, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bigger collapse. Dolphins. It's not. I don't think it's close.
Yeah,
I don't think
Dolphins
it,
had
I
way
don't think
more
it's
hype.
close. More
so
hype.
disappointing.
I mean, I saw people say that they were going to the Super Bowl. A
I
lot of
did.
people did.
I
That
did
was
before,
me.
before the season
I didn't even know
started.
you said that, but that's disgusting. Anyways,
Before the season started.
yeah, it's still
No, I said
disgusting.
when they were like 7-3. I was like, they're going. I was like,
Everyone was saying that.
Yeah,
And
nobody
also-
would
I
have
was
thought
hype, I
Tua
was
would have
hype.
4 concussions.
Yeah.
But you would have thought that Tua can't get the job done if you know ball. Sorry.
Shots. Brock Purdy.
Bro, stop, bro. Tua's
Okay,
done.
let's do this. Is it a failure of a season if the Bills don't hoist the Lombardi?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
they know it, and that's a fact.
That's a good question. I wonder who sent that in.
Everyone, were they not the Super Bowl favorite?
Yeah, they are.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Bills fans know they've had 4 seasons of yay. They're tired. They don't making it. It doesn't matter. Like they know that as well as any team. It doesn't matter.
This is
They need. Who do they play? They play the
Tonight?
Patriots, right?
oh,
well,
tonight's a
and-
big game.
Yeah.
Tonight's the biggest game.
See, if they fold one of these last 2 games,
They
tonight's
don't-
probably the most obvious one to fold because I think they play the Patriots next week.
Next
if I'm
week,
not
yeah.
mistaken. It matters playing in Buffalo versus Kansas City when it comes down to it.
They-
It
they have to
matters
win
a
this game.
ton. If the Bills get home field, I think they can go to the Super Bowl. It's like I said, it's gonna be tough to go into Kansas City again and get a win because they did it this year actually. So
but that's a totally different scenario.
Yeah, I agree.
Atmosphere, cold. I mean, I know it's cold in Buffalo, but like
it'll be
you know,
cold in
it's
Kansas
just
City.
it's
yeah.
January, so it's like that's gonna be tight. But yeah, I think it'd be a failure of a season if they don't hoist it.
They-
Personally,
they should do it this year. This kind of feels like the prime moment.
this is right. That's what I was thinking, and like they kind of went all in. Obviously, like Von Miller, they gave him the bag, and he's 30 something. Like, and he got hurt unfortunately.
say.
But
the
they
contract
they
might
went
have to be
a lot of things went. They
renegotiated.
went into everything this year, and like, I really hope they do win it. I really do, but it'll be tough. I think.
It really feels like it's their year and whatnot, but I'm looking at it like from the perspective of outside of Josh Allen, and this team really isn't the most special in the league right now. They have a 63 overall pass blocking grade. Their run defense is 49. They have a 32 tackling grade. Like, I think Josh Allen hoists this team up so much that they kind of hide their flaws behind their magical quarterback. And yeah, it feels like they're the best team in the league, and they might be like when they're fully healthy and whatnot. But like this team does have a lot of flaws, and I think they're going to come back next year and hopefully fix some problems that they have.
Do you think
'Cause
it's still a failure though if they don't win, or do you
I don't
understand?
see it as a failure really.
No,
No, I mean, when you think about it, like Gabe Davis isn't a world beater. Like Stephon Diggs is great. Gabe Davis is like maybe like a decent 2. I don't even know if I'd consider him like a
I
middle
think he
tier
got
2.
way overhyped this year.
Yeah, like he had
Heading
a great
into
game.
the
I
year.
think Josh makes them good though.
No, you're right.
Says Buddy, who drafted him 6th round, can
Yeah.
confirm.
Right. No, Josh makes them good, but like, you know, at some point, shouldn't it be, you know, the wide receiver should also be hoisting up Josh. I think Stephon Diggs does that. But, you know, maybe like a more dynamic tight end or a way better slot, like an Odell type of guy. A better offensive line. Like there are a lot of question marks with the Buffalo Bills.
I just
team.
thought of something when you said
I don't
that.
think they're playing like the best team in the NFL at all.
No,
Right.
they don't feel like dominant like
Right.
they did at the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
They're still in close games and stuff when they probably shouldn't be. Like,
I think tonight will be big.
I'm actually very excited. To
I'm
watch
excited
this
to
game.
watch it. I'm excited. I
gonna be a
think
great
tonight's
game.
going to be big.
I'm not kidding.
I think they could show up and show out. It's a big game.
It's a huge game.
I think Burrow's going to
The
fuck them up.
Bengals they've been nice.
They have
recently,
been
too.
nice. Trey White's
So
back
good.
in the
I think
mix,
Joe
though.
Burrow always comes to play in the big moment too. He always does.
And Zach Taylor.
But so does Josh. He's got the big balls.
I agree.
Josh has
What
got
you say about Zach
What?
Taylor?
When we were talking about trading a 1st-round pick for a head coach, I was gonna say the Bengals because I would do it, but like
That would be
everybody would have
crazy.
clowned me.
Joe Burrow would snap with Sean Payton
That's
too.
bro. Like everybody would have clowned me for saying that, but that would have been fire for them.
So I got one more question and then 2 more quick ones, and then Connor will do yours.
Wait, can I throw out something real quick for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, this is so random. We didn't touch on it. But why? When because how the Texans have been trying to trade Brandon Cooks for like these past couple years, why did the Bills not take a shot on him?
That'd be
Like,
nice.
the Bills trading like a 3rd round pick or something for Brendan Cooks would have been like amazing. That would have been giving Josh it would have been a huge upgrade. I don't know why they didn't jump on that.
They really should have done the McCaffrey trade.
That too.
Yeah.
I think they really slept on a lot of good opportunities.
I also
Getting Naheem Hines.
Beep, beep.
Wow.
he doesn't play.
Beep beep what?
The playoff schedule came out, or the Week 18 schedule, what we were talking about earlier.
Who's
Oh,
Sunday
really?
night?
Sunday night's Packers Lions.
That's what I thought.
I also want to say we should all apologize to Zach Taylor though, because we were all saying like they were like 1 and 2 or
We had a
whatever.
We're
meme.
slandering him.
We were slandering him at the beginning of the year, and now
I-
they're like the
I
3
stand-
seed in the AFC.
I stand on my fucking.
Connor said he would go to Cincinnati and scream, "Fire Zach Taylor" from the rooftop.
You
He
made a
was
meme.
supposed to.
I stand on my fucking take. He sucks.
I
I
mean,
don't
I mean,
care.
how hard is it to coach up
Yeah.
Burrow, Mixon, Higgins, and Chase?
No, I agree. I'm just saying they really turned it around
They did.
fast.
They
Like
did.
they have been
Yeah,
on
they
one
were
recently.
they were at the bottom of the barrel at the beginning of the year.
And there was some stat that said like a very low percent of teams that
They don't
start
make
1
it,
and
yeah.
2 don't make the playoffs. Like it was a super low percentage.
I remember this clear as day.
Yeah.
We talked about
Well,
it.
actually, I saw a tweet that it was like early down pass rate. They're at the lowest in the league for the beginning of the season, and then later in the season, like now,
They're
starting to throw it on 1st and 2nd down. Like, oh no, shit! I should have been
Who
doing that
would've
the
thought?
entire season.
Hey, Zach Taylor learns.
Idiot! No, somebody else told them to do it or said, "Hey, you're not doing this anymore because it's not working."
Which quarterback is under the most pressure to lead a deep playoff run?
This was sick.
Well, you
question,
said
too.
which quarterback or which coach?
Quarterback.
Let's pull up the standings here.
And then the next two I have are quick because I know they're going to be good for content.
This is we kind of just talked about it. I think I'm gonna go Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins,
I was gonna say Kirk.
and Dak, probably in that order.
I think it's
I'll
Herbert,
why?
just because he's probably the most polarizing of the group, and there's been a lot of media
But I
coverage
feel
around him.
like Josh has been here so many times at this point now,
That's fair.
and so is same with
I-
Dak and same
I agree with
Kirk.
that, Tyler.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's probably a lot on Herbert right now. Like, maybe win a game or two. But for these guys, it's like Kirk, primetime Kirk, all this, mean shit about Kirk. Time to put up or shut up. Your team is 13-4. Although I don't think they're great. At some point, you got to start winning the big games and stuff like that. Same thing with Dak. Guys get here all the time. Put up or shut up. And Josh as well. So it's now or never.
So I agree with your aspect of it, but I also agree with Connor because since they're sitting in a wild card spot, it's not like there's a ton of pressure for them to succeed in the playoffs necessarily. But I think everyone's like waiting for Herbert to make that move and like have like a huge game.
For his own narrative.
Right.
Yeah.
This
So
will
like
be-
I don't think because they're in the wild card spot, I maybe wouldn't say Herbert is like the top choice, but like I definitely think for his own personal narrative and like for people to be like, yeah, he did that shit. You know what I mean? And think about how if he makes a run to like the AFC Championship game, what if the Chargers go on a crazy run? Then everyone's gonna be like, yeah, Herbert is like truly him. And there's no discussion about it.
Right.
Like he is up there with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
Is there any path for a Herbert Burrow AFC Championship game?
No. I was gonna.
What-
I
is
was
there a
just.
path
I was
for
just about.
Chiefs, Chargers.
I was just about to
Bengals,
bring it up.
Bills?
That's
Wait. I was just about to bring
Can
it
you
up.
imagine
so,
the ratings?
So Herbert, I think.
I feel like there probably is a path, honestly.
I think
There
the
has to
Chargers
be.
have to win next week to get Trevor Lawrence week 1. So that I think that'd be the easiest one.
win.
Easiest one to play because I think that's who they're. I know they're checking that out, like
Yeah.
who you want to play first. So I think they're rooting for the Jags. Either way, I think they're rooting for the Titans. Either way, so that'll be big. And then I
Well,
think
it also just depends. The higher seed goes to play the number 2 seed, and then the lower seed plays the 1 seed. So it would be.
Oh
I
wait,
guess
no,
there's-
they don't play the Jags. I'm tweaking.
Yeah, no. it wouldn't
No,
be.
no,
It'd
they're
be-
playing the. It would be the
Bengals.
Bengals. It'd be the Bengals. Yeah, I tweaked.
Wait, no, it would be the Jags.
No, wait, it couldn't be.
It would be Bills, Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, Jags.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Chargers.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 'Cause-
Okay.
Wait, are they above the Ravens though?
Yeah,
Really?
right now,
Standing
yeah,
wise?
Yeah, it's probably some weird tiebreaker.
it's a tiebreaker of some sort.
Okay, well, the
Probably
the helmets
division
are
or
right.
something.
Shows weird tiebreakers, literally.
Yeah.
So always some BS.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see. And
So then-
man, what if we get the Final Four with the
As
top
of-
four?
That's
Okay,
cool
well,
as fuck.
Oh,
It's tweaking. So the Bills are the 1 seed if they win tonight. So then the chance that it would be Bills, Chargers, and Chiefs, Bengals in the semis for the AFC.
That's cool.
Bills,
I love
Chargers?
good football.
Bills, Chargers.
I hate that matchup.
But if they lose tonight, then it'd probably be Chiefs,
Chiefs,
Chargers,
Chargers.
and then
I like that a little
Bills,
more.
Bengals.
Let me tell you guys where you're sleeping though. Do you know who really's under the most pressure to have a deep playoff run? It's Brock Purdy. That man's literally fighting for, like we said, this man is going crazy, and we still are sitting here saying he's probably not the guy.
I
He
don't-
knows it. He knows he's got to take them to at least the Super Bowl to have that job locked. He knows that. And he's a rookie. That's pressure.
That's fair in a sense.
I think
but
it's
like
like
His
the
job
Her-
is the most on the line.
I think it's
And
like the Herbert thing where it's like personal pressure for himself, but I don't think anyone's like, you know what I mean?
I think it's,
shooting
no, I think
them
it's more like
down.
completely
Oh.
elevate his job pressure.
Yeah.
Like he wins the Super Bowl and the even just make Super Bowl, like you can renegotiate your contract, everything. Like it's like he's fighting the most for himself for 100%.
The amount
Josh
of
Allen
Brady comparisons he'll get if he does that.
It'd be crazy.
Like Josh Allen has the most pressure from like it's really on him kind of thing. Like, and it's really like the city really needs this. It's on him. But like as far as personal pressure, I do think like Purdy knows like he can really change his life
Yeah.
with this run.
I just think like everyone else in the world is just like, there's no expectation. You know what I mean? And that's the perk of being like
Yeah.
a late round pick.
but I also expect them to win at least a game. I'd say I still
Yeah.
at least expect them to win.
Oh,
a game
I
with
think
that.
they for sure win
If
a
they
game.
don't win a game,
I think they could get to
if
the
they don't win a game, people will
championship.
be like, damn, Purdy, that's
I think they can get to the championship game.
I mean, the,
NFC championship.
the expectation for Mr. Irrelevant is like probably not even making the roster. So he's already exceeded the expectation for him. He already knows he's going to be on the team next year. So like, I think his job's safe.
No, it's job safe. It's just like you just elevate his like he could really like make a big money this offseason.
Yeah, I've talked enough about Brock Purdy.
All right, so I
Pick
got
your
two
quarterback.
quarterback questions. Wait, go ahead.
He didn't pick his quarterback.
Oh yeah, what's your quarterback?
Then I said Herbert.
Oh yeah, he did
No,
say
he
Herbert.
did
Yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
My bad.
Fuck
So I
up.
got two quarterback questions, quick back to back, just like 10, 15 second explanation. We don't really got to discuss them because I want to give Connor time to do his question. Just these are, where will Derek Carr go next year if he's traded?
He totally looks like an Indianapolis Colt.
I would say, I think the two
But-
popular ones are the Jets and the Colts.
But I think the Colts, I think they'll draft a quarterback. But I could see the Jets, you're going to play with a good defense. And it gets a little chilly out in New York. But I think there's like a thing that he's not good in cold weather. See the Steelers game and
He's
stuff
been a
like
Cali
that.
boy his entire life, I think.
Yeah, he's been on the West Coast. So, but I
And he
mean,
went to Fresno. Or
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah, Fresno.
Yeah.
but I think the Jets would be a good spot for him.
I'd say Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Honestly, that's a great spot.
Yeah. Why
Doesn't have
not?
to throw it a ton. Probably can do the job just like Tannehill. Honestly, get that man in. I'm going with Connor's. I like that one.
Yeah. Why not?
I think pending Tua stuff, like Derek
Maybe.
Carr to
I wanna-
Miami
I
would
wanna
be
say
kind of
that,
fun.
but I
That's kind of
couldn't say it.
crazy.
Someone else said at the beginning of the pod. I forgot who said it, but
Do you think Dable could possibly, do you think he's an upgrade over Daniel Jones?
yeah.
I like Daniel Jones.
certain aspects of the game. Like you won't get the running with Carr.
They
But you also-
love the bootleg.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what they do love, but
Scored
then
on it
you're gonna
again
get a
today,
better
or
arm with
yesterday.
Carr. And that's like,
Personally, I would roll Daniel Jones after what he showed me
Is
this
it-
year.
is
Yeah.
it
I think he bought
is it
himself another
mid?
year
Is
for
it
sure.
mid versus mid in that argument?
I mean, if you're not like in the upper echelon, it's always mid versus mid.
So it's like take your pick.
Daniel Jones earned my respect this season.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I gave him a
definitely
little
did.
respect.
You
but
gotta.
So he's a commander next year.
I was thinking about
Yeah.
that too.
That'd be sick. They,
Okay.
they have a cool core. They have
That
a
Good
would-
receivers.
Kind of
And-
sick.
I feel like Carr likes playing for those, not the same situation as the Raiders, but likes playing for those like kind of like shit on franchises.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
He
you're-
loves
Like,
it, bro.
not
He
about-
loves taking on the burden of that shit.
Yeah.
so if he doesn't retire, where would you want to see Tom Brady go next year?
Oh fuck.
Jesus. I want to see him in San Fran
I
just
was
because
gonna
he's a
say-
San
Yeah.
Fran boy, and you know.
How about
that's-
that? It would throw all the Lance, Purdy,
Then
everything
we
out.
could come together as
And we
blood
could
and Crips
cheer.
and be like,
We
hey, we
could-
can.
He's,
Watch them play,
he's
yeah.
absolutely not going to a cold weather place. I can tell you that now.
No,
Yeah.
he's had his time, and
Bro, he's loving Tampa. just warm weather.
Reports
all the
he
time,
might
so
want to go back to New England, but I don't think he has
that's weird.
the
to me.
cojones to. I
So,
wouldn't.
I'm aware of how slim the chances are, and we have talked about this before, and I'm aware that this
I know what you're gonna
is very
say.
unlikely. But hey, crazy things have happened, and I'll just bring it back up again. Like if we can somehow pull off the miraculous, drop a bag on Sean Payton, bring back Sean Payton, get that man Tom Brady to come like he was originally going to do. I don't know how you're going to do it. That's the main issue. Is I really don't know how you're going to attract him to come play for us now. But if you can make it happen, I'll welcome with open arms. I don't care. I will toss the future away.
Best QB room in the league.
Can I
Andy
say?
Dalton, Jameis, and Tom Brady.
I just thought of something.
Taysom
Lit.
Hater.
So
He's not even-
if Tom Brady really wants to keep playing football, and it's all about his legacy, like it's about how he changed the game, making himself the best in everyone's eyes, no matter what. Why not go to the Lions and bring Detroit, the team that no one would ever expect to win a Super Bowl? Tom Brady on the Lions. He has a great offensive line, some weapons, teams turning it around.
I'm just
Like the narrative, I think was just
They
be funny.
signed Tom Brady, trade for Davante Adams.
Boom.
You have Swift, Jamal Williams, Davante Adams, Amon-Ra, J-Mo.
He doesn't have to
Great
live in the
offensive
city.
line.
He flies in every week for practice from a few
Yeah, he
states.
can live in wherever and
Well,
then just fly in for the game.
They practice in his state.
Wait.
Yeah, everyone
wait.
just
Wait,
just go there.
relocates. Everyone relocates.
Wait. You just said he doesn't want to play in cold weather. Yeah, they play in a dome, but you're in Detroit, cold.
I was
shitty
having
place.
fun with the narrative.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it's
it's
just
not
a
narrative.
narrative.
Come on.
Stupid.
Yeah, the
stupid.
narrative.
It's a
Whoa.
nice
Why
hypothetical.
are you guys getting hyped for him to go to the Lions like you aren't Bears fans?
I just thought it'd be
That's
funny.
so
It'd
dumb.
be funny.
It'd be funny.
Come on.
The
Have
worst-
some
no,
fun.
that's
It's
not
like
fun.
going to the
Hello,
Browns.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, why would I?
the?
Oh yeah,
Ebenezer.
Tom Brady going to a division rival would be so fun to watch him kick our ass and win the
We
division
just-
for the next 3 years.
He has Aaron Rodgers PTSD.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
Connor
What?
saw the Lions taco for $400K and knew they would eat this
He
up.
loves the Lions.
Feeding
now.
off of
That's
it.
just gonna be so funny.
Oh, they're gonna-
We're gonna post this,
Feeding off
and
the Lions.
people are gonna.
They'll be like, oh my God, we go to the Super Bowl. Him and
Restore
Dan
the
Campbell.
war.
So many people would be like, "You're so fucking stupid. You would never do that, bro."
He would never go to the Lions. Duh.
That's exactly how it's gonna go.
Like Tyler.
Yeah.
All
come
right,
on,
Connor,
Miles.
you want to go ahead with yours?
Yeah, sure. So
Blasting.
Snapping.
I was just thinking about head
Cool thing.
coaches a lot and what Mike Tomlin's done yet again. Bringing his team to 500.
Don't curse him.
I'm
They
not,
got, they got one left.
Okay, well, there's a lot of active coaches in the NFL right now.
Did
that,
my text spark this question?
what text?
I said, "Damn, Mike Tomlin's really about to go above 500 again."
It did spark this question because it made me think about there's a lot of head coaches right now in the league that I think have a case to be Hall of Fame coaches. So we're just gonna go through all of them right now. So there's some no-brainers. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, and Mike Tomlin, I think, are 3 no-brainers. I think these are coaches you can make the case for. I'm gonna list them off, and see what you guys think
For Hall of Famers, right?
for Hall of Fame.
Right.
Do you guys think Pete Carroll will be a Hall of Fame coach?
Yes.
Yeah, college career
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, probably.
Probably hesitant a little bit, but
yeah, it's
He's close to the same boat as Mike Tomlin of like, how many years has he had under 500? Has he had one?
Yeah, last year.
Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
Pro
yeah.
Football Hall of Fame includes your college stuff too. So like,
It
I
does.
think it does. I
yeah,
think
no,
so.
so
Okay,
he'll
then
definitely,
absolutely.
yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, because he's a USC legend. So
all right. Lovey Smith.
No.
he hasn't done enough.
No.
Sadly, no.
Hall of good legends for the Chicago.
Yeah. Okay. Sean McVay.
Not
Let him
enough
retire
yet.
and come back to another team and do this run again with another team in a few years, and then we'll definitely like.
I think he's
So-
close.
Not enough
I think
yet.
he's.
No for now, but what about the
I-
end of his
so-
career?
Yeah, if he keeps doing this, like
He
for
needs
sure.
longevity.
So I'm gonna say, like 10 is like you made it to the Hall of Fame. I think he's at like an 8 right now.
Okay.
He's been
I
to
don't
2
even-
Super Bowls. He's won one. His first losing season. Been to.
Youngest head coach
Youngest
to ever
head
win a
coach
Super
is-
Bowl.
I think
I think
he's
he's a
got
little
big
bit lower
case.
in my opinion.
Well, you're just a hater of him.
I mean,
He's
he's
not really sure
How long
why.
has he been a head coach for?
5-6 years now, and he's never. This is his first losing
Hey,
season.
you gotta usually get it. I say you gotta
You
be a
need
coach
longevity,
at least
yeah.
10, 11.
Does he not get a little credit for taking golf to the Super Bowl?
No, he didn't win it. Why would he get credit for that?
Okay, he still made the dance. Lovey's maybe gets credit for
You
taking
get flowers for making the
I was
dance.
gonna say, you know who else made the dance?
Yeah,
Lovey did.
Yeah, with Rex Grossman.
He
I'm gonna give him his flowers there.
No one else does.
I'm gonna give him his flowers.
Actually, it was with Kyle Orton, and then
How?
Rex Grossman showed up to ruin the party.
How are you not gonna give Lovey his flowers there?
No, I love Lovey. He was good for
You're
Chicago,
A hater. You're a hater.
but he didn't win the
Okay,
dang thing.
I'm
so
gonna give him his flowers for making it there. He was the second best team out of 32, buddy.
All right, I
You're a hater.
have some more.
Damn it.
Ron Rivera.
Oh,
Great guy.
Do they count playing career too in this?
Nah. Oh yeah, they might.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm.
Well then,
I'm gonna say just as a head coach though.
then
He probably
Wait.
will make it because that's a good point, though. I guess on a technicality, I guess I kind of have to say, like, he's got a pretty good shot, low key.
Mhm.
what?
I think he has a pretty good shot.
How?
Because the playing career combined with the good coaching career.
I said just
Just
the
coaching?
coaching
Oh.
career, but
This-
That's
Coaching-
a 50-50.
coaching,
I don't
probably
think
not.
So probably
No.
not.
if
as a
it's just
coach.
off his coaching career, like,
No way.
Yeah, no.
okay. Doug Peterson,
He needs more.
Close.
but he's close.
I feel like he's just always going to be disrespected for some
I think
reason.
he needs to do this at least. He's got to keep, if he go, like, but keep doing this with the Jags, like, keep this cup. I can definitely see it in, like, 6-7 years. We'll come back and be like, yeah.
Do you think he's a talented enough head coach, Doug Peterson, to make the Hall of
I
Fame?
wonder what his career record is as a head coach. Obviously the Super Bowl, but like
Probably not even anything crazy right now.
I think he's above 500 by a couple games, probably.
I think by the end of his career, I think he'll make the Hall of Fame.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think he deserves it.
He's gonna have to play more years as a coach. I can definitely see it happening.
he needs a lot more in my opinion to
Yeah.
get there.
Okay, 50, 45.
He's 50 and 45.
Yeah. No, he's not that close then.
John Harbaugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd say very likely. It would probably, very likely. It definitely would happen. It would just take a little while, probably, but it would definitely.
I think he already is.
I think it's a lock.
I think he
I think
already
it's a lock.
is.
I'm glad we were on.
I think it's a
Um,
lot.
I think
concurrence
I'm
on
going to be
that.
honest. I think there's a certain aspect of it. It just comes down to respect too. I think he's widely respected by everyone in the NFL. So I think he's a lock.
last
Good
night
point.
maybe
How many coaches does he have to say? One or two?
what?
John
Right.
Harbaugh.
Rings?
No, coach of the years.
I don't even
clue.
know. But
No clue. But
I'm going to check real quick.
it was weird seeing they put up the graphic of Tomlin and Harbaugh last night, and Tomlin came in a year before Harbaugh did, and it does not seem that long at all.
Tomlin was so young
I
when
was
he came in.
and I was like, wait, what?
So cool. of
Oh, yeah,
him.
he's definitely a Hall of Famer, but I'm just
Easily.
curious how many.
158 and 102. That's nice.
He won the coach of the year once.
and a
2019.
bowl.
And a bowl. Yeah.
Legend.
What about Mike McCarthy?
No.
I think it's closer than you think.
I think he actually probably
I think it's closer
would
than
be
you
if you
think.
look like he's coached a lot of games. Like
He won a Super Bowl.
With Rodgers, a lot of wins with Rodgers. Winning now in
Packers
Dallas.
Hall of Fame 100%.
I think it's close. That's a good question.
I think the
though.
Hall of Fame for
Oh.
coaches is more selective.
Because we're naming off a lot of these guys that have a case, and they're all still coaching in the league. right
That's
now.
Yeah.
tough.
I don't think Mike McCarthy.
Maybe if
he
he
would
gets
absolutely
need
another
another
bowl.
bowl.
He would absolutely need one.
If he gets another one, I think it's no question.
Jeff Saturday.
No.
Wait. I'm not sure if I saw this was true. They're talking about making him the permanent head coach.
I don't hate
I
it.
don't hate it either.
Oh, fuck out of here.
I don't know.
No.
Sometimes you got to
No.
do some wacky things to.
Never put it past Jim Irsay too.
Yeah, I would never.
We just got to point this out because I just got to point this out. Like Mike McCarthy's career record 155, 96. The only thing he's different about him and John Harbaugh literally is that he doesn't have the coach of the year. Like, I say
So this is what I'm talking
because he's had a
about.
long career.
This is what I'm
Like,
talking about the
Can you go
respect
back to
factor.
USC? Thanks.
I really think it's the respect factor.
Also,
Oh.
John Harbaugh's never had an Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how much weight to put on that though, because like it's not Mike McCarthy's fault. He just fell and happened to have
Gift spread.
Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback.
What was
But it does have to
Two?
play with it a little bit. What about Sean Payton?
Yeah.
I'd say he's one of the few he's got to be locked at this point.
I agree.
Wait,
Absolutely.
I mean, Sean and Mike probably the same kind of career arc.
Oh yeah, I'm saying Mike's got to be
Mike's
a
a
lock
lock
for me.
already
Yeah,
too.
Mike,
McCarthy?
Oh, I
No,
think
I'm
you're talking
saying
about talent. I don't.
No,
I'd say
McCarthy.
McCarthy's a lock too, though.
I'm saying I think it's really about
It's
respect factor.
It's close. Him and Payton probably have the same.
That's the thing.
It's
Is because
very
coaches
close.
always take usually a little while to get elected into it too. It's kind of like I think it would be like if they retired tomorrow.
But
It would
also,
be
how
like
many coach of the years does Sean Payne have?
it's a good question. Let's double check.
I feel like at least two.
I was just say I don't. Let's double check.
They got the ball back.
From the Associated Press, only one.
I really think it's about respect. Like, I think if you're like widely respected in the NFL, I think that you have a much better shot. Like, I don't really know that. Like, who's the better head coach, Sean Payton or Mike McCarthy? Who are you saying? I feel like it's not even a question.
No, it
Yeah,
definitely
you're
is
right.
not.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't
Mike
know.
McCarthy's damn good. I got to give him credit.
What's Peyton's record? Sorry.
No, that's a good. Here, hold on. I don't think it's gonna be as good as McCarthy's, to be honest. Actually, it is. Okay, 152 and 89.
Wow.
That's nice.
There's some good head coaches out there.
If it wasn't for the bad defense years too, where we literally
Even
the
though-
worst defense in the league, the
even
record would be a
then-
lot better. So like, I really got to give him credit.
I got a couple more, but these are going to be projections because these head coaches just came into the league. So when it's all said and done, will Kyle Shanahan be a Hall of Fame head coach?
If he can win a
Probably.
ring, he almost can honestly put himself. Because we joke Shannon for, but at the end of the day, like if he can win himself a ring, he almost puts himself like he puts himself like right in the thick of things. Of like he literally is like a character in NFL history. Like he is. Like I'd say he's pretty much.
I think he needs a ring, first of all, and I think he needs 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more years of like dominant
Winning.
football because that career record is not the best.
It's
he
not
has
good
the
right now, right?
He is the champ. Yeah, it's not. It's like probably like 500. If
Okay.
I'm
just thinking of the last years.
Well, that's the issue is that he's a great coordinator. The coaching career hasn't necessarily been like
Right,
anything
right.
crazy yet.
Facts.
And he's like a coordinating coach. On his Sean Payton.
I'm going to say
he's
yes.
51 and 46.
I'm going to say when it's all said and done, he's going to be a Hall of Fame coach. And I'm going to go one step further. I don't think he's going to need a ring to do it. Sometimes they're like Luke Kuechly never got his ring. But
That's different.
damn
though.
it, that guy's going to be in the Hall
Well,
of
that's
Fame.
totally different.
I don't know. Kyle Shanahan is doing everything in his power to get there.
Well,
He's
yeah.
not
yeah.
on
I
the
also
field, but he's doing everything in his power.
want to say that if Shannon choke, I also want to say that if McVay does leave, there's a good chance that is like the Niners division for the next
Forever.
10 years or
Well,
whatever.
hey, we can't sleep on the Seahawks' future. They got something cooking.
Well, how long is Pete Carroll going to be a head coach?
It's true.
All right, couple more.
Ben
Sean-
Johnson.
His ass is like 80.
Sean Payton, trade first round
I would
pick.
be sad if Ben Johnson came into.
Why wouldn't the Seahawks use a first round pick on
They
Sean
could.
Payton?
They got an extra one.
Yeah,
I feel like Pete Carroll's still going to stay there for a little while.
Yeah,
though.
he for
'Cause
sure
He just
will.
he kind of like just
Bro,
rebuilt
that man
himself.
is like 80 years old. One, he doesn't look like it. And two, he's juiced all the time. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
he doesn't.
Crazy.
If he doesn't strike you as the kind of guy that even wants to retire, does he?
No shot.
No, like he's walking around chewing his gum.
He
like,
should put down the
cheesing, like, he doesn't-
coffee. That's what he should do.
Does he drink a lot of coffee?
Probably. I assume so. He's a weirdo.
I would assume the way he chews his gum, he's drinking at least 200
But he took
milligrams
a
of
shirt
coffee.
off with
Just
DK in the room. Yeah, he's definitely wired.
That's what I'm saying. He's different.
Crazy.
A couple more. Matt LaFleur.
Maybe. 50-50.
It's
I
so
think
contingent on
things are going to look a lot different soon.
so
Yeah.
contingent on when Rodgers leaves and if Jordan Love is a Hall of Famer.
Facts.
Yeah, if Jordan Love is a Hall of Famer, then he actually probably will be.
All right, this one's easy.
I would do terrible things if Jordan Love was a Hall of Famer.
I would do some god awful things.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, this one's an easy
I'd
one.
probably
Mike McDaniel. Round of applause.
I just want to give him it right now.
Future Hall of Famer. Like, put
Why?
him in the back.
No, stop this. Don't. He's the one person you have to leave out of this bullshit.
I'm
year
sure
for the
they're
dog.
already like
Is it his fault he has to
to
start Skylar Thompson after the year?
No, I'm just saying he doesn't get any blame in this collapse.
Nope.
This epic collapse.
Not at all.
Okay, he gets.
That's hilarious. You can't just look at
The Dolphins
stop,
defense
man.
has not been very good.
Oh, interesting. They let go of Brian
No,
Flores.
and he also doesn't.
I
that's something
think you
about-
said that they
he doesn't
kept the
he doesn't
D
he doesn't
coordinator.
do anything with the defense.
Yeah.
Apparently, I could be wrong. I don't know. That was. You saw the thing where it was like someone. It was like. Did you see that little random side note? But the thing where there was a beat reporter for the Dolphins. It was a couple weeks ago. It wasn't like anything super recent. But like they wrote an article saying how like he has no control over the defense. He doesn't do anything calling the defense. He doesn't
I'm
go
sure
to
he
defense.
doesn't.
He doesn't
Yeah.
go to defensive meetings.
I'm sure he does.
And
right?
then at the press conference, he like called them out and he was like saying like he kind of like gave him the cold shoulder kind of thing. So I don't know if he was like saying that that's not true or he was just mad that it came out. But like regardless, to your point about the defense,
Bro, Mike
Like-
McDaniels is an offensive guy through and through. He probably could care less about the defense. He probably wants to just be able to trust someone to run it.
He probably knows best that it's better if he doesn't have a hand in the defense, if he doesn't really know like the through and through logistics of running and whatnot. Okay, like two more. Sean McDermott.
bring a ring to Buffalo. That's like
Mhm.
a Hall of Fame achievement.
He's won a lot of games.
I think he needs.
recently.
His record's good.
I mean, but like, how different is that from like Mike McCarthy? If like they get one ring and then He has a good career record.
To me, Mike McCarthy's. I would give him just to me, he's a Hall of Famer. I would like.
I
So it's like if Sean McDermott could win it, I would look at him kind of like just absolute franchise legend.
I guess the revival of Mike McCarthy is interesting too to factor in. I think he needs like consecutive good seasons with Dallas too. Like obviously this year looks amazing for him too.
Last year was good too.
Yeah.
To me, Sean McDermott, I've always, not even just as a head coach, but even as a defensive coordinator, no matter where he's been, he's found success. Like in Carolina, when he was a defensive coordinator, they were awesome. So like I always tie that in when I'm thinking about him.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel. My heart says yes.
Same, but I said some good things about him, and then they just collapsed. So
How much of that is on the GM
I
leaving?
think the
like
Titans-
mid-season.
I think the Titans are going to be in a bad spot.
sooner or later, yeah.
Like
Well,
really bad.
Tough. I'm 50-50.
Really bad.
Really
'Cause
bad.
the Malik Willis pick looks like it was not the right.
It's impressive that he even
That's
took
the-
him to an AFC Championship game. So,
And they haven't had a losing season since 2015.
yeah, so it's tough.
All right, last one. Brian Dable.
Too early to tell.
Way too early.
Too early.
Good start.
Good start.
Good
Yeah,
start.
Good
great
start.
start. Good
Great
start.
start. Too early.
We
though.
wish him the best.
Wish him the best.
New York is also a damn hard place to succeed, so it's
Yeah.
going to be an uphill battle. But
Exactly. But I mean, we just listed off a bunch of head coaches. There are a lot of Hall of Fame caliber coaches in the league right now.
Matt Eberflus.
Yeah,
Book
I thought about
Book
putting
him.
him in there,
Don't
but
put him on
I
there.
didn't want to.
Don't put him on there.
Not yet.
All right. Well, that's all I had. But also, I want to shout out. We just hit 5K on TikTok.
Yeah. Shout out to the
Very good.
followers, man.
Very good.
Yeah. No. Thank you guys. We've grown the page pretty quick, so it's been cool to see.
We
Absolutely.
up all of 2023.
All 2023,
Tyler
baby.
included.
Not
Jordan
me.
year.
Not myself. No. Personally, no.
Why?
I don't know, man. We've been trying to. Me and Connor have been really inspirational recently.
Just smile.
2023.
What
and
is this?
Tyler's just like I'm down all of
This
2023.
is what happens when you realize Tom Brady's coming to the Lions.
No.
Caleb Williams got the best of him.
It happened last
Yeah,
year.
don't worry about
it
it.
happened last year.
It happened at midnight.
No, it didn't.
What
It
happened?
literally happened at midnight.
James Draws. Who was the bigger celebrity? James Draws or Patrick Mahomes in that video?
Absolutely,
James.
Yeah.
Talk about
James.
freaking just skyrocket the celebrity status. What a man.
I would have hated to be Russ that day.
You could probably hear him from the sidelines.
Russell
Wilson. What happened?
Motherfucker, bro. Are you serious?
Come on, Tulane.
All right. Well, thank you guys for
Yeah,
listening.
thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Oh, bold.